You can literally play directly with the light. You can communicate directly with the sunlight. I can bring it out, I can shape it. The way that it pours into the funnel, I can accept it in interesting ways. I can talk. Break it. Bring beauty out of bullshit. Your life is a film all the time. You're making it. I mean, whether you like it or not now, we are all the stars of the movies of our lives now, and we can go around as filmmakers all day, every day, and just edit it. You know, everyone's in the Truman Show. The thing about that movie was that it was about one guy that they captured and put into the captivity of the show. Now it's everybody's in the Truman Show, but we're making it ourselves and we're making it of each other. It's just a total cinema that we live in all the time. People think movies died. Movies have subsumed reality. Movies own everything, you know? We are in a fucking movie all the time. Life is just one big performance. It's just going to be a glut, you know, it'll be a smog, it'll be a white noise, a wash of narcissism, you know, everyone looking at themselves and thinking that they're famous. And running themselves like businesses, selecting an image for themselves. It's going to be all culture, you know, all art. Everything is going to be art. Maybe that'll be good. Maybe life is going to get more beautiful, you know. Maybe we're meant to be narcissistic and feed on ourselves and be interested in ourselves and be interested in life and not afraid of life and not have the self-confidence to live it, you know. Or maybe it's a new age, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, just like Michael Bublé says. One of my roommates, Mark, is Caitlin's boyfriend. He is a delivery guy. I can't exactly divulge what he delivers, but supposedly we met him on my birthday. We had him deliver some goods for my birthday party that we needed. I remember having a conversation with him where I sort of like was joking, and I was asking him about like if they had gluten-free products, shall we say. He moved in with us a couple months later. It's been really interesting getting to know him because he just comes from kind of a different walk of life than a lot of us. He's been in prison a couple times. He's been to Rikers, you know, he's been upstate, and he's got a teardrop tattooed on his face. We're not really sure what the connotation of that is, whether or not, you know, it's the murder teardrop because he's killed a guy. Or if it's just because he's sad, I don't know. It's been a really great experience. I mean, Mark is just a raconteur and just has stories and stories. And I mean, his life has just been truly extraordinary. It's like having a consultant for The Wire or something in the house. You know, he just like gives us the real story of like how he, you know, built his business. I mean, the story he tells here is about he found a niche in his neighborhood as, I call it, being the candy baron.
We would go around, when I first started doing it, I was going around and I was doing Stop and Shop, CVS, Dwayne Reed's, Rite Aids, and going in and taking everything from Dentine Ice, Mentos, Altoids, Winter Fresh. So like it got to the point where like I would wake up every day like 9 o'clock in the morning, go and take whatever was on their shelves. I had like their delivery days down packed. and go to the next Stop and Shop or whatever, then take them to my neighborhood stores. I had like 6 stores in my neighborhood. When it got to the point where like I had so many stores being like, yo, we need more candy, we need more candy. I grabbed my little cousin first, and then he had like 4 or 5 other kids, and yo, they would go around. They all rollerbladed, so they go around all day and come back at like 4 o'clock, and be like here, and they would just dump school bags full of shit, and then you're like, I would give them like $30 a bag. I'll take them to the diner. We'll treat them to all food and everything, and I was going home with like $700-800 a day cash every single day. They'll be like, yo, what are you doing today? Be like, yo, we gotta go get we gotta get Snicker bars. Niggas say we gotta get Snicker bars. No chocolate today. It's summertime. It's all on that. No chocolate. Yo, candy was my best fucking thing. People used to make mad fun of me. Awesome. Mad fun of me. Like, yo, that's what you do.
So everybody knew you were like the fucking Scarface of candy.
But they were just like, God, that's all you do, man. Like, come on, bro. You serious? You know, yo, you got people who do what we did, but they were crackheads. So
they weren't good at it, or
not that they weren't good at it. They were good, but their prices were just you know, like they weren't making money. They were doing something just to get a couple of hits. Like they didn't care what they made. Like we weren't drug addicts. Like, We smoked weed, but like and like we did like acid or something like that. Yeah. But like we did that after we made money. We do that on a Friday, and like that didn't cost anywhere near as much as heroin addiction.
And like he's a small business owner, man. That's what I realize is like he started his own business. He would wake up at 7:30 in the morning, you know, just like it was a real fucking job, and he'd go to work. You know, he had this operation with employees. He treated them right. He made money, you know, like he was just being an involved member in the economy of the neighborhood as it was offered to him, you know. The black market and crime is just the opportunity. That's the economy. That's the way it works there, you know. So he was resourceful to make his own little mini empire, you know, his little fun size empire, you know.
That's what it comes down to: having corrupt people you can sell it to. The black market. That's it. Once you have the black market, you're good.
I also thank God for the black market for those families who can't afford to go pay those prices for Enfamil to feed their babies.
Yeah.
So the bodega owners.
Robin Hood.
Yeah. Fucking Robin Hood.
Yeah, Robin the Hood. Yeah. What a big scam was for a while was receipts. Like we'd walk around Rite Aids, Beats, Genevieve's, and we pick up every receipt we seen. Everything. Yeah. Everything. Take the thing and then we go and steal the items, and now we have a receipt to get cash back. Yeah. So like, we do Rogaine, we do whatever it was, and they caught my little cousin Tim across the street in Rite Aid, like 15 years old. He goes in to steal women's Rogaine, gets caught.
Women's Rogaine, what an upsetting product.
Well, that's what was our thing. And then the sad thing is that
the saddest 15, product,
right? Yeah. So they call his mom. Yeah. My Aunt Lisa goes down there, and she's like, Mikey, women's Rogaine? Really? Like, what the fuck are you saying? And he's like, nah, ma, you know, it's just like, but like she knew what was going on, like, afterwards, you know, like, because I lived there for like 6 months, and like, she knew that I shopped at this shit, so she's like, yo, listen, I'm gonna be straight up serious with you. It's like, Christmas is coming. She's like, whatever you can get. She's like, this is horrible, I know. So whatever you get, like, let me know. Like, presents for kids, Mikey, Bob, like, what do they want? She's like, I'll get it off of you. She's like, these kids want all these fucking, like, thousands of dollars worth of clothes for, like, Christmas. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Got it covered.
Fucking Robin Hood.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That's the way you guys do it. Fuck corporations.
Yeah, I agree, man.
And it's kind of creepy to observe people that minutely, but like it's also kind of very caring. Yeah. Because like you're spending a lot of time like getting to know them and like really observing them. Like
foreign territory for me. Man.
Yep.
I've never come up here. This is fucking Ghostbusters, New York, right here, man.
God, and Lord, goodness me, could I have known then that minds could change in a turning of one number to another, a kind of old witches.
Alright, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the conceits of the show.
mistakes we knew we were making, as Dave Eggers says. Like this V-neck right here. I know I'm looking like shit. But like this conceit of, filming from the eye camera, whatever the fuck this thing is called. It's a lazy way. I mean, the aesthetic of the show is really just governed by whatever the easiest solution is. Because I was so blocked, and so I allowed the onslaught of words, the logorrhea, the sort of verbal graphomania of the thing is meant to be, it's like the attic of the body, and here I am on the third floor in the penthouse suite. Yeah, and then there's this sort of light world right here that we have, and what's fucking crazy is I can sort of go back and forth between the two worlds,
He'll just keep on hugging.
Yeah.
Because the normal, social interface doesn't exist.
Right. Yeah.
Not even conceptually aware
Right.
that there's an appropriate length of a hug.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story of the prisoner of conscience, as it is evolving. One of Caitlin's teaching associates in the Bushwick Public Schools, a fellow graduate of the Experimental Theater Workshop and the Tisch School of the Arts at NYU, New York University, in the West Village, Manhattan, New York City, was, I think, retiring from being a teacher. He was 40, and he was having a second bar mitzvah. The idea was he was inviting all of his, funky avant-garde theater friends to come and do bar mitzvah acts. I think the pretense was that we were all supposed to be rabbis. It was sort of like this holy accord, that we were all kind of ceremonial. It was ritualistic, and Caitlin was going to do some of her Butoh-inspired movement, and so she asked me to do it. And, being sort of the other, we're sort of the parents of the slooge here, it felt ceremonial, and it felt like the right initiation ceremony for what we were about to do with the house. Caitlin was going to shave her head, so she gets up on stage, and I think she read an incantatory passage to begin from, some kind of fucking occult tome we had lying around the house. And then I was supposed to play guitar, and there were supposed to be 3 movements to it. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But she was going to shave her head, but her razor wouldn't work, or it blew out the fucking socket or something, and then that fucked my guitar up. So the whole thing was just kind of this half sort of we were really nervous, kind of disaster, but also there were moments where it sort of really came through. I played this riff from this song we were working on at the time called Who Me, Me Who, which had this very Yiddish kind of dancey
see what they're seeing.
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
Caitlin had this necklace around that she was wearing because it was a bar mitzvah, I think from a Russian internment camp or something, this hard steel. This thing weighs a few pounds, and on it it says prisoner of conscience, and I just thought that was the baddest fucking name. And it's a word you don't hear that much anymore, conscience. You hear consciousness, but you don't hear conscience, because it's this moral designation. It's your inner guide to what's right and wrong.
See what it says on the back.
Stop just taking a photo of her boobs, man. It's not cool.
Just hold it right in there. Yes.
Nipple shot.
I'm actually
Prisoner
looking
of
to
conscience.
Yo, are you starting like a project?
I believe a miracle in a miracle happening tonight. But if you think it'll be my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white.
It's interesting that you say that because Johnny was telling me that his friend was there, and she's like, "What the hell was Matt doing? Like, he was crazy. Like, she was turned off by it."
Really?
Yeah. See, like, that was kind of the intention. The intention was to go in and do, like, a Sex Pistols thing. And just be like, fuck you, people!
Like, I never feel threatened by you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright.
I think these people did.
Oh.
NYC. Follow me on Instagram at Friendly Fabulous. Follow me on Twitter at Friendly Fab. www.friendlyfabulous.com. www.friendlyfabulous.net. www.friendlyfabulous.gov.
Like, how? Somebody did laugh. Somebody did laugh. I don't think they were scared necessarily.
They were just like, what the fuck?
The first song, and you have that video of it.
I do.
The first time we say "Ghost Behind You," I start like pointing at people. Yeah. I'm like, "You!" And like I point it, and like I'm like making eye contact with people. I'm like, "You old Jewish woman! You middle-aged black man!" When I watched the video, I was like, damn, that is threatening and insane.
In a good way. Like, it was a place we could embarrass ourselves, and, like, it was safe.
It was bad enough the first Pete's gig.
It's a ghost behind.
That was bad.
Yeah, there was some people that came to that I kind of wish they hadn't been there. You know, because it's probably going to be a long time before they come to another show.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was good to just get plunged into the ice cold water. That's what it really felt like, you know. And, like, everything after that we were better acclimated to, I think.
Yeah. Where the fuck are we?
I have no clue, dude.
Call me Lenny, please. Please call me Lenny. Put me in your mouth. Feel my heart explode. I've got a burden on my shoulder that I want to unload.
And she's talking about, you know, psychology, and her dad's a psychiatrist, and then she was talking about music, and she's like, oh, I love Leonard Cohen, and I'm like, oh man, I really don't like Leonard Cohen.
Yeah, because me and Jake have a Leonard Cohen thing.
We have
like, it goes way back.
It goes pretty deep.
This is the tale of my long sordid history with Leonard Cohen. the Canadian poet-songwriter. To me, Leonard Cohen is sort of like Big Ern McCracken in Kingpin. You know, like, he's this vaunted sort of public figure that everybody just acts like is God. And just, you know, he's a philanthropist and charitable, and people have this, like, hallowed view of his work, and like Big Ern McCracken, I think he's just a sleazeball. You know, that lyric he has about giving me head on the unmade bed. It reminds me of that scene in Private Parts where Howard Stern has the chick sit on the speaker and she has a fucking orgasm. Because his voice is so deep on the radio. I think that's the appeal of Leonard Cohen. He represents this kind of like intimidating, grounded, masculine bass note, you know.
We hate him.
We kind of hate him, and it's kind of...
We're Leonard Cohen haters.
So I kind of like, you know, being the pretentious snob I was, kind of like mounted this like front against Leonard Cohen. Everybody buys his fucking bullshit as being like this inky cloaked, like moody, but really he's just trying to fuck, man. And it works for him, and I'm jealous, and that's why. The resentment.
Well, I'm dyeing my pubic hair. I'm lighting it on fire. I'll do anything. My situation's dire.
I didn't say anything. I'm like, oh, Leonard Cohen, like he's a really good writer. You know, I like him. And she's like, yeah, you should listen to this song. I'm like, I've heard it. I love it. But yeah, we gotta get going here. We're going to the Mercer Hotel where he is staying, right? And so she starts playing the fucking shit on her phone. And like, oh god, like the walk just like it got like longer. Just listening to shit.
So a few years ago, after we moved to New York City, Jake, who had a girlfriend who is a model, like, you know, a tall, thin woman that gets into clubs and shit. I guess he went and hung out with the famous genius playwright Sam Shepard, because Sam Shepard was interested in, you know, her model friends or whatever. Jake sent me a text later that night. Let's just say it had to do with Leonard Cohen.
Tell him what Pulitzer Prize winner, fucking Academy Award nominee Sam Shepard said about Leonard Cohen.
So Sam Shepard was just like kind of perturbed by like the noise coming from the electronic device. Like he's drunk, he's just trying to have a good time. He's just like he gets like this real like ugly face, like, oh, what is that? But she's like, it's Leonard Cohen. Don't you love Leonard Cohen? He's such an incredible writer and lyricist. And Sam Shepard's like, the only poet that's worse than Leonard Cohen is Jim Morrison.
Boom goes the dynamite. Confirmation from a genius. Leonard Cohen sucks. Take that, Leonard Cohen. Sam Shepard talking shit.
Sam Shepard said that Leonard Cohen was the worst?
Yeah.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love Sam Shepard, though.
Yeah.
So I've always loved Sam
Oh,
Shepard.
yeah,
I always thought
absolutely.
Leonard Cohen.
Absolutely. So Jake texted me that.
At like 4 in the morning.
And it was praise from Caesar.
But it was like, it was so validating.
The fact that
I mean, take your pick. Who's better, Sam Shepard or Leonard Cohen? Sam Shepard.
Everything was chill. Everything.
Oh yeah. It's
dying.
Oh, you're giving it a haircut. I thought you were making a little
You're
sculpture.
enacting your rage and what happened to you?
Making a Nazi rose.
Yeah, I get it.
Jeez.
I totally get it now. I understand.
America, when you pull out the things from the flower and you say he loves me.
Oh,
right.
Does it? Loves me not. Yeah.
Is she lesbian?
Loves me, loves me not.
Is she not a
What's the
lesbian?
gender thing too?
He's she.
Yeah.
Is she lesbian?
Never works. Black magic.
Time to go outside now.
Oh shit, it's behind the door. Is it coming out? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Hey, come here. Hey, folks. It's time to go. Okay, this is it. We're going out, man. Alright. Let's go. Oh, okay. That's funny. Okay, let's come out of here. Nothing to see, alright. We're going.
Yo, come on.
Come on.
This is what she's yelling at.
Yo.
See you later, man. See you in hell.
Christ, man.
I like this trash keeps developing in this corner here.
It's gonna be the titty bar.
Oh god, this is where it's gonna be out back?
Yeah.
Trash heap.
It's a tiki bar called Titty Bar.
Which may or may not have some titties.
It's gonna
Dude,
be
you want
Peter's.
titties? I can provide
No, I
some
mean it's gonna be.
You can
Peter's
provide
bar.
titties? Bring titties! Bring, definitely bring
Not gonna be
titties!
enough for
You
Peter's.
can provide titties. Definitely bring them!
Okay.
That's over.
No, I'm not dying.
Aldous Huxley had his wife inject him with LSD when he was dying.
What?
Whom? Aldous Huxley.
Yeah.
What? Jesus
He gave
Christ.
him LSD while he was dying. He was.
Did he say why?
He did,
Oh, yeah.
It was on his request. He
Wow, he just fucking wanted to trip balls on the way out,
Why
huh?
not? What a way to go.
Wow, I'll bet he went to superheaven. I'll bet he like warped like
While tripping, die while coming.
he like went straight to Nirvana.
Die while coming.
He passed all the fucking like tests. Alright, so what did you learn on planet Earth?
Everything.
Yeah.
Checkmate, guy.
friend of his.
Yeah.
Huxley's wife gave him 2 100 microgram injections of liquid LSD and sat with him, whispering love and encouragement to him as he slipped into the great unknown.